Suppose I am a man in that position. How do we help him to see clearly the danger of becoming? Let's put it psychologically become, which implies identification with a nation, with all that business.
Or holding to
beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
I've had an experience. It gives me tremendous satisfaction. I'm going to hold on. I've had knowledge. All that. How do you help me, such a person, to be free of all this? Your words, your explanations, your logic, everything says quite right. But I can't move out of that. I wonder if there is another factor, another way of communication, which isn't based on words, knowledge, explanations, and reward. Is there another way of communicating, which we're talking at the table for a big moment? See, in that too, there is a danger. I think there is, I'm sure there is, a way of communicating which is not verbal, which is not analytical, logical, which doesn't mean lack of sanity, but I'm sure there is another way.
Well, perhaps there is. I say perhaps there is.
Now, how do you communicate with me who's caught in this trap non-verbally so that I grasp it deeply, that breaks away everything else? You follow? Is there such a communication? My mind has always communicated with another with words, with explanations, with logic, with analysis, either impulsive or very suggestive, and so on. So my mind has been caught in all that. There must be another element which breaks through all that. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Yeah, so it will break through the inability to listen.
Yeah. Inability to listen, inability to observe, to hear, and so on. There must be. You see, I met a man once, many men, who have been to a place with a certain saint, and in his company, they say, all our problems are resolved. Just meet. And when they go back to their life, back to their whole game.
Yes, well, there was no intelligence in it.
You see the danger, that man, that saint, being quiet, non-verbal, in his very presence, they feel quiet. You follow what I'm saying? And they feel their problems are resolved.
But it's still from the outside.
It's like, of course it is, like going to church. And in a good ancient church or cathedral, you feel extraordinarily quiet. It is the atmosphere, it is the structure of the very atmosphere makes you be quiet.
Yes, well, it communicates what is meant by quietness, I think. That it gets across a communication which is nonverbal.
No, that's not. That's nothing.
It's really
it's like
superficial. It's superficial.
Yes, utterly superficial. Like incense, it evaporates. So we push all that aside. Then what are we there? Not an outside agency, God or some savior. Push all that aside, and what have I there? What is there that can be communicated, which will break through the walls which human beings have built for themselves? As we said, sir, at lunch table a couple of hours ago, is it love? Because that word is corrupted, loaded, and it becomes dirty. But cleansing that word is the factor that will break through all this clever analytical, all that. Is that the element that's lacking?
Well, we have to discuss it. You see, people are somewhat chary of this whole word.
Oh, I'm scary beyond words.
Yeah, and therefore, as people resist listening, they will resist love too. You see.
And that's why I said it's rather risky work.
But we were saying the other day also that love contains intelligence.
Of course.
And, which is care as well. And that if we meant by love that energy, which is also contains intelligence and care.
Of course. That we went through, we talked about the other day.
So that may make more sense of it.
Wait a minute. You have that quality. And I am caught in my misery, my anxiety and so on. And you are trying to penetrate with that intelligence this mass of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
How will you do it? Will that act? If not, we human beings are lost. You follow?
Yeah.
Therefore they have invented Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, they love you. You follow? Which has become so utterly meaningless, superficial, and nonsensical. So what shall I do? I think that is the factor, sir. Attention, perception, intelligence, and love. You bring it to me and I'm incapable of receiving. And I say, it sounds nice, I feel it, but I can't hold it because the moment I go outside this room, I'm lost.
Well, that really is the problem.
Yes, sir. That's the real problem. Is love something outside? Something like a savior is outside and heaven is outside and all that stuff. But is love something, I'm using that word very carefully, something outside of me? Would you bring to me? Would you awaken in me? Would you give me as a gift? Or it is in my darkness, in my illusion and suffering, is there that quality? Obviously not. Can't be.